$1,400 fourth stimulus check specifically focused on Social Security, including retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, RRB, low income, no income, seniors, older adults, and of course, people with disabilities with executive order. I have all the details and exactly what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. I know in this video, I do want to discuss the details of a highly focused $1,400 fourth stimulus check for the fixed income beneficiaries that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, as this is a very common question that I do receive down below in the comment section literally every single day. I want to talk about that as well as how this relates to executive order and what we can expect here over the coming weeks and months, as a lot of things are changing as of recently. It's a very busy and weird time. Some things are happening very rapidly, so let's get into it and talk through all those details. Really fast before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe right down below the video. It's totally free to do so, and I'm here for you right by your side every single day. Make sure to hit that big old button right down below. I'll help you out in any way that I possibly can be. Things are changing very rapidly. It's a very busy, confusing, and uncertain time. And again, I want to keep you updated as well as point out anything out there right now popping up that you can possibly grab and or take advantage of, or anything that may impact you, your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, your bank account, and of course, all the updates hitting the wire every single day. So please subscribe down below. I'll be here for you no matter what every single day. And let's get into it and talk about the questions, the concerns, and what I see down below in the comment section in regards to an additional $1,400 fourth stimulus check, where all of this comes in, as well as what we can expect over the coming weeks and months in 2024 as well, and executive order and how all of this plays into additional money for the people and fixed income beneficiaries. So a lot to talk about here in this video. All right, so there's a lot of things going on right now. And again, I want to talk through the details of this because I've been mentioning this for a very long time now. The economy, the big picture of the economy, and that is what we need to focus on. Now, again, you might be wondering, wait, how does that have anything to do with a fourth stimulus check? And just tell us the details as far as when we're going to be getting it and everything like that. Well, yeah, we still need to talk about the details of everything else going on, but here's what I'll bring to your attention. So as we obviously know, 2024 is a very interesting year. Why? Election year, okay? We know election year. What happens in election years? We get a lot of empty promises, right? We get all these people coming out with a lot of different things that are happening, and they throw a lot of ideas out there. They throw a lot of empty promises, things like that, which, by the way, I'm not taking political sides here in this video. I generally don't. Sometimes I bash one side or the other, but generally I don't take political sides simply because it's kind of a mess no matter how you look at it, right? So either way, I want to make it very clear. They all do essentially the same thing. They're politicians at the end of the day. They talk out of both sides of their mouth always, right? So anyway, but one thing I want to point out for you is, number one, we've got to watch the economy very closely. We've been seeing some weird things happening here over the last few months, and this year alone, we've seen some very weird stuff happening with the economy as a whole, okay? We've got to watch that very closely. As I've mentioned before in other videos, if you want another check, watch the economy. That's what it comes down to. It's all about the economy. It's all about jobs. It's all about things like that, okay? That is what it comes down to. That is what will predicate the likelihood of another stimulus check, okay? Anyway, what I do want to focus on here is some of the questions and concerns that I've seen down below in the comments section, asking, why can't they just do this through executive order? Good question. It can be, okay? It can be done through executive order. Now, I do know that a lot of you here in the community are fixed income beneficiaries who receive benefits administered by Social Security. Now, here's the interesting part about this. Can these benefits be increased, as in, can you get a raise to Social Security, whatever type of benefits? It could be retirement, it could be SSDI, it could be survivors, it could be spousal, it could be SSI or VA, any of these benefits administered by Social Security. Can this be done through executive order? Answer is no, cannot be done. Social Security cannot be reformed through executive order. It must go through Congress. Well, we can see how that's been going lately, right? Yeah, it's not going all that well, right? Either way, there are some things out there, and again, I've talked about that before in other videos. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole in this one because, that's a big topic right there. However, executive order on stimulus checks, can that be done? Sure can. Yeah, absolutely it can be, okay? That can be done through executive order. Now, let me talk you through the details about this because let's just rewind for a second here. Again, let me give you a quick example, okay? Now, again, I want to make this very clear. I'm not going to take political sides here, but rather I do want to point something out because this is what got us an additional $1,400 a couple years ago, okay? So let me just use this as an example and a talking point because This is a real thing that really, really happened, okay? We know this happened, and again, there's proof out there to look it up. If we'd want to do that, I could find videos of this exact thing happening, okay? Not me talking, the president talking, okay? Anyway, let's think back a couple years ago. So what happened, there was the runoff election in Georgia quite a few years ago, right? They needed 2 additional senators, right? So it was this runoff election for senators, right? They were trying to get these 2 senators elected in Georgia, okay? Remember this? Well, what happened is the president went there and started campaigning on the behalf of these 2 senators. At the time, we had just gotten a $600 stimulus check from the former president at the time, right? Well, then the new president was down there campaigning and talking about all of this and saying, hey, if you send me these 2 senators, we'll get you an additional $2,000 stimulus check. For the record, it was not $2,000, it was $1,400 is what we got. So we got stiffed $600. Just saying, okay? Just saying that. But anyway, the whole pitch at the time was send me these 2 guys and we will get you a $2,000 stimulus check. Guess what happened? The 2 senators were elected. They got a $1,400 stimulus check. We got stiffed $600 and we got the $1,400. So my point is, it was a little bit of a bribe there, okay? So, not saying that they wouldn't have gotten elected anyway. I don't really know if they would have gotten elected anyway, but I have to imagine it probably helped. Hey, if you send your vote to those guys, we'll get you some money. I'm pretty sure that stuff kind of works, right? My point is, we know yet again, 2024 is a-coming. 2024 election year is coming is what I mean. And as a result of that, are we going to see some more bribes? Are we going to see some more empty promises, things like that? You better believe we are, okay? Doesn't matter who they come from. We see it every single time. Hey, elect me. I'm going to do this. And then they do nothing, right? We see it all the time, okay? So my point is, we got to watch the details about this. Now, there's still a ton of money sitting out there. Remember, between early 2020 and early 2021, so in about a year's time, it was actually a little bit more than 1 year's time. It was not that long. They printed $6 trillion, as in Congress approved, and they printed $6 trillion of brand new money. Believe it or not, there are still billions upon billions of dollars out there that have not been spent yet. They're just sitting there like a bump on a log, right? Just sitting there. That money can be appropriated. It can be repurposed because the purpose that it was appropriated for at the time is not really a need anymore, right? So there are billions of dollars still sitting there. They could reassign this money. It's already been approved by Congress. It's already been basically out there, okay? Congress said, sure, you got my rubber stamp. They got the vote on Congress, made it through, signed by the president, turned into law. The money was printed up, and there it sits, okay? They could easily reassign some of this money, okay? This money's been sitting there for a very long time. Billions and billions of dollars that's just sitting there. In fact, this is something that some lawmakers have wanted to do, is say, hey, why are we letting that money to sit there? Let's claw some of that money back. Have you heard me talk about that before in other videos? It's a thing. They're trying to get some of that money back, as in clawed back, because that is taxpayer dollars. Why is it just sitting there doing nothing? That's what they're saying, some of these lawmakers. So I'm just saying, this money is out there, and they could easily do this. They could say, hey, let's write an executive order if we wanted to, and let's just reassign some of the money. Let's send it out to the people and call it a 4th stimulus check, something like that, okay? So yes, when it comes down to it, a 4th stimulus check or checks of any kind, whatever things like that, can be done through executive order. Social Security cannot be reformed through executive order. That must go through Congress, okay? So there's a little bit of a fine line here, but it can easily be walked, okay? It's like a tightrope. It's kind of hard to do, but they can easily do it, okay? It can be done with the skills and the knowledge and the training. It absolutely can be done, okay? So anyway, for those of you that have been wondering, why don't they just do this through executive order? They could. We'll have to see what happens here over the coming weeks and months here to see what actually happens with all this stuff. But the money's sitting there. The money's available. It could be done. Executive order can be a thing. And we know the economy is the big picture that we want to watch closely. Now, something else I want to point out really quickly is in the event that the economy, goes down the tubes or falls out like a burning ball of whatever out of the sky, in the event that something like that were to happen, okay, which we know the economy is pretty on pretty shaky ground right now. It's not such a great picture. But in the event something like that where the economy really goes down really fast and things get really bad really fast, they're not going to be writing executive orders at that point. They're just going to be looking to Congress saying, hey, approve trillions of dollars quickly. Get it done. Approve trillions of dollars. We need to plow that out into the economy and revive this thing of what's going on. So we've seen this happen before. Stimulus checks are not like a one and done type of thing, okay? This is basically an old strategy. They've been doing this for years and years, couple decades, in fact. They've been doing stimulus checks, okay? This is not a new thing at all. They do it every single time that we are in an economic contraction. They gave us stimulus checks. They do it every time. If you don't believe me, look it up. 2000, 2001, the dot-com, the major bubble we had then that popped, we got stimulus checks. 2008, 2009, the subprime bust and the housing market bust. Again, got stimulus checks then. Same thing happened in 2020. The whole, situation happened then where everything was locked down. Again, stimulus checks, okay? It happens every time. When we go into a major economic contraction, they print up money, tons of it, whatever's appropriate for that time. We're now into the trillions. I can't imagine we're going to see anything less than trillions going forward in the event of this happening again. And they'll print up more. They plow it out. Then they have this whole inflation thing. They chase it down with increasing interest rates from the Federal Reserve. They slow the economy down, and we go through the same cycle again, okay? It's like a mountain range. Picture what a mountain range looks like, right? You got the deep valleys, you go up the mountain, up to the top, to the peak, the summit, and then it goes down the other side, down to another deep valley. Same thing with the economy. It's just basically the ebb and flow of the economy, the ups, the downs, and everywhere in between. So same thing happens every time. It'll continue to happen because that's just what happens. It's a natural cycle. So anyway, hope this helps you. But again, I see this question. I see comments, questions, concerns. They're worded. They're asked, phrased in a variety of ways down below in the comment section. But essentially, the questions are we getting another check? Can it be done through executive order? Can they give us a raise to Social Security? Are they going to give us more money? Are we going to get stimulus checks? I heard a check was coming tomorrow. All kinds of stuff like this. I hope this answers the questions for you. So I'm here for you. Let me know what I can do for you down below in the comment section. Leave a comment, your questions, your concerns. Subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media. Go back and check out some of the other 4,000 plus videos here on the channel. A lot of stuff going on right now. Stay tuned as, again, things are happening fast right now. It's a lot of stuff changing out there. And again, when something else comes up, which is literally every single day, I'll continue to break it down for you in these videos and deliver them to you so you can stay posted on what's actually going on and what may impact you and your money and benefits and everything else going forward. So enjoy. Have a good one. Hope this helps you. Again, subscribe, share the video, go back and check out the other ones, and I'll catch you again later.